Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. A few years ago when I started this site, I wasn't very sure at first. I'd been posting devotions on Facebook, writing them out, and then somebody suggested doing this, and I was like, I don't know. And so I gave it a try. Initially, I would read a daily devotion out of a book that I study from each and every day. And then somebody said, well, give your own thoughts. That would be better. And I did, and I have, and I do. But there's days like yesterday that when I get done and I post a message, I'm like, that message was awful. It just sounds like rumblings and nobody's going to get anything out of it. But when I finish a message and I post it, I don't delete it because I feel like that's what I was supposed to say, because for somebody, sometime during the day, the message that's put up there is just for them. I used to worry about the numbers of the people on this site, and I kept being told repeatedly, because it's titled Time in His Word, not to worry about the numbers, but to focus on the one person who needs to hear the message for the day. That's who you're reaching for. That's who that message is for. Others are going to hear it, and it's going to help them, but there'll be one special person that day that needs to hear the message that you post. It took me a while to get to understand that. But I have. While I don't focus on the number of people that have joined this site, I get excited each and every time one joins, and I get equally disappointed when one leaves. And I don't know who the person it is that leaves. All I have is a number that I see that goes up and down. But what I'm getting at is this site has taught me a lot over the course of time so far, and it still continues to teach me each and every day. Like I said, yesterday's message I thought was terrible, but then I got a comment yesterday that says, really good message. I enjoyed that. Just what I wanted to hear, needed to hear. And I thought, it sounded like a coherent mess, but that's not me to decide one way or the other. My job is to do and give my Jesus the best of me that I can each and every day. And that's all I can do, is give him my best. That's all that we can do each time we go and serve him and do something that he wants us to do, is to give him our best. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, it says this, 15 and 16, be diligent to present yourself approved to God as a workman who does not need to be ashamed, accurately handling the word of truth. But avoid worldly and empty chatter, for it will lead to further ungodliness. And I've noticed that I've grown in my walk by doing this, because I've had some comments posted that I would have never tried to address a year ago. I would have just read it and went, oh, wow. But I've gotten more confident, and I replied and assured that this individual that with the answer that I gave, and they replied back, thank you. Now I understand better. So what I'm getting at is, no matter how I think about my performance, or how much I think about whether I'm doing a good job or I'm not doing a good job, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I show up each and every time I do something for the Lord. I show up and I give him my best that I can give him. And he does with that what needs to be done. Just like yesterday's message, I didn't think was very good, but yet I got a number of views on it, about average, and I got some comments that I wasn't expecting. And like I said, I was thinking, boy, that's a terrible message. And then I've had other days where I've posted something and I got done, and I'm like, that's going to be out of the ballpark. That is good. And I get just a handful of views. And it used to bother me, but I've learned, like I said, I'm learning, and it's a learning process. And I guess what I'm trying to say too is that no matter where you're at in your walk in Christ, if you're giving him your best, he's going to use that where it needs to be. And it'll be in areas that you never even expected, or least expected for that to happen. But The main thing is that we give him our best. And a verse that goes along with the one in 2 Timothy that I just read is over in 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 15, and it says this: "Be sanctified, but sanctified Christ as Lord in your hearts, always being ready to make a defense to everyone who asks you to give an account for the hope that is in you, yet with gentleness and reverence." So I should be able to defend what I believe and why I believe to whoever asks that question. And I guess in a sense, this site has put that on a bigger level than I expected, because each day I bring a message. I use scripture straight out of the Bible, word for word. I don't put my thoughts or misread the scripture, because then that's wrong. That's misleading somebody, and I'd never want to do that. So, like I said, I've learned a lot from this site. I've learned a lot from those who leave comments and those who know me personally and call me from time to time and talk about something that I've posted and how it's helped them or how they relate to it better. But what I'm getting at is that no matter what God is using you to do, give him your best. Even if you think your best is no good, like I do from time to time, like I've said, he takes that and he uses it, because your weakness, I guess we could say it that way, your weakness gives strength to somebody else, because we've seen where it says, for when I am weak, he is strong. So we humble ourselves. But that's what I was getting at today, is that even though I felt yesterday's message was horrible, I got great comments from it. It touched people that I at least expected. But it's like I said, when I post it, I leave it. I don't go back and change it and edit it, because I feel like if I start doing that, then I've lost the message that God was trying to send out for that one person who needs to hear it. And that's why I'm glad I decided on that title for this site, Time in His Word, because that's all we need to do is spend time in His Word, learn it, and then put that to use, and to allow, and that's the key, allow him to use us where he needs us best, and not worry about it. And just be open to the fact that by doing so, if you observe what's going on, you're going to learn, and you're going to grow, and you're going to grow in your faith and your strength and confidence to share the word. It all is a positive effect. But the first step is studying and being willing to step out on faith and allow God to use you where he needs to use you.